Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming to you live from the town of Oyster Bay Skating Center. Our second of two quarterfinal matchups in the New York Islanders High School Hockey League Varsity Division. And it's number 4 versus number 5. The Syosset Braves set to square off against the Half Hollow Hills Hornets. I'm Travis Quigley, joined tonight on color by Kevin Broderick. We got Anthony Papasadero, Gabe Takuri, Sam Musnick, and Rowan Loddick down below running the show. And Kev, we had a great first quarterfinal game. Manhasset has punched that ticket to the semifinals for the second straight year, and now we get to see who is going to join them. Will it be the Hornets or will it be the Braves? Syosset fell in the quarterfinal last season to that Manhasset side, who were on a tear coming out of the varsity conference too. For the Hornets, they dominated in the quarterfinal last season, but ran into a brick wall that was the Long Beach Marines in the semifinals, and I know that they are going to want to reverse what happened to them last year. Syosset, good regular season, not as much success as we're used to seeing the Braves having. Hornets, poor to what their standards are, and I know that they're going to want to come out of the gate flying here in playoffs.
When you get two hungry teams in a 4-5 matchup, which on paper should be the closest matchup that you have here in the first round of the New York Islander High School Hockey League, you're going to see fireworks. You're going to see a lot of hits. You're going to see a lot of physical plays. That's something we saw a lot of in the last game, where Manhasset, almost all of their goals were hardworking, screens and tips out in front. Both of these teams, they're going to probably need something like that. Maybe Half Hollow Hills gets a little bit more off the rush because they're that offensively talented. But again, Syosset, they're not a team that gives up real estate easily. Additionally, a little bit of a narrative for both of these teams with Long Beach and Long Beach having success against them. Syosset's going to want to bounce back from that 6-0 loss to the Marines that happened a couple of days ago. I was on the call for that, so I'm just hoping I'm not a jinx for this Braves team.
Yeah, and again, Syosset, they want to make it further. This is a program that has a lot of pedigree. This is a program that has won many, many conference titles, county titles, and losing in the quarterfinals, that doesn't fly with them. So they are not going to sit back and allow that to happen 2 seasons in a row where they go home in the first round. So I know the Braves are going to be buzzing out of the gate tonight. Like you said, the Hornets, they're actually coming off a couple of really, really big wins to finish out their regular season. You mentioned the Braves closed out their regular season on a down note, 6-0 loss to Long Beach. Hornets, 2 wins in a row, 1 over Valley Stream, in which they absolutely dominated, and 1 over Manhasset, who we just saw dominate.
Yeah,
and
that's not easy.
That's not easy.
Nope.
And it's a win that absolutely boosts your confidence, and I'm sure Half Hollow Hills is going to be coming into the opening faceoff with a ton of confidence in this one. Kev, I got to think, and I'd love your opinion on this. First goal, most important.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that we've seen not only in Suffolk, but we've seen it in Nassau, where the team that scores first can clamp things down. I will say, if there is one team, or maybe 2 teams, if I'm putting both all of Long Island together, if there are 2 teams that I think could overcome a goal deficit, it would probably be Half Hollow Hills, and it'd probably be Smithtown Hauppauge. Why? Because they simply have the players that can put up points. There is not going to be a single comfortable moment in the defensive end against Half Hollow Hills this entire game. Syosset's going to need to play 45 minutes of hockey in order to win this one, where other teams, against other teams, maybe it's 40 minutes, and the last 5 are a little bit of a moral defeat for the other side because they don't think they can score the goals. Not the case. These Hornets, they buzz all game long.
And they filled the net through the 16-game regular season. Just absolutely torched opposing goalies. And for them, a big thing is going to be keeping the puck out of the net.
Yes.
And they got their backbone back. He's between the pipes tonight. Number 33, Maddox Franks, has finally returned for Half Hollow Hills. And he is a guy that can take a game over by himself. We're just about ready to go here. It's Franks in net for the Hornets. And for Syosset, it's Nick Suma. And we're underway as the Braves look to get on the attack early. Lemke protecting the puck up the boards, intercepted. DePiero was trying to put it back down the wall, excuse me. Pass in behind, big kick off the boards. Solomon trying to clear out now, bounces off a check thrown by Robert Engel. Stretch pass to Gary getting after it. Ethan Schleimovich back defending. He'll put it off the boards, and Schleimovich will skate this out.
One thing worth noting is Half Hollow Hills have a bit of a bigger student section here, so they might be getting a little bit of extra energy from that. Trav, we saw it yesterday over in the Suffolk playoffs. The teams that have a student section show up, they could get rowdy. Not only the players, but the students.
That energy helps for sure. As Syosset get the first real look at the game, and Franks will make the save on Giammarino.
Frank's getting some easy shots on him to start off is definitely going to be much appreciated from him for his defense.
Into the zone with the puck, and cycling it around is Cleary, the captain of the Syosset Braves. Saucer pass ahead for Wheeler, jumps over his stick. Icing will be called on Half Hollow Hills. It's a little over a minute gone in this first period.
I want to call it back to the Manhasset game real quick, Travis. In that game, I think the first minute 35 that we've seen gone by here, minute 25 seen gone by here, took 4 minutes of real life time. This one, gone in a blink of an eye. These two teams are going to be skating all night.
Yeah, there's going to be a good pace to this one. You got to think two of the faster teams in the league. I mean, everyone plays fast in the league, but two styles that are real north-south, not much east-west, kind of like we saw with Manhasset. As that one from the corner is banked in by Cleary. 1-0 lead for Syosset. Just a minute 38 in.
That's going to get the boys on the benches fired up. Just something that didn't seem that dangerous comes out in front. That had to have gone underneath the legs. And you don't ask how they go into the playoffs, you ask how many.
I think it might have came off Bartow. Tough to tell from that angle. Nonetheless, Maddox Franks wasn't expecting that bank. 1-0 lead for the Braves. Captain Cleary gets his team on the board. Sumo will cover this puck up. That's a big-time goal right there for Syosset to get the opener.
Just talk about coming out of nowhere as well. I mean, yes, the game was going fast, but we were nowhere near high danger opportunities just yet. And, well, something happens, and Syosset better for it, as Travis almost took a spill off of our little podium here.
Almost just went down. The scaffold is trying to take me out tonight. Maybe it's Gabe trying to take me out tonight.
Gabe Curry's looking up almost as if you were trying to do it on purpose.
There we go. Now my gate is secure. I'm not going to go down. Braves possess after the D-zone faceoff. And a saucer pass ahead for McAlpine. He'll carry it out of the zone. McAlpine to the middle of the ice. And it's swept away by Manfredi. Wolney on the backhand off the boards. Chipped ahead by Mossbacker, but Schleimovich will slow it and dump it back in.
On that goal as well, the assist over to Evgeny Tokarski, player that I've seen quite a bit this year, and he's always so talented.
The Braves can get it done from multiple guys. As DePiero's shot, that ricochets off a couple bodies. Lemke will settle and clear. DePiero breaks it up as Huang was trying to spring for a break. Danny Desquie back in, drops it off. Desquie, return to him. Franks kicks it to the corner. Kept by Schleimovich. That deflects and in behind the net. Menex is looking to wheel, goes across to Lemke. He just has to put this off the wall to neutral ice. To Gary overplaying the body. Lemke settles. Hits Jet Lucas, trying to weave his way into the zone. Knifed off his stick. Back comes Robert Engel. And Menexis on the stick check, moves it to Lucas. Lucas trying to return it to Menexis, just out of his reach. The D-to-D pass. Max Schoenberg's look was intercepted to Gary. Wide on Schoenberg. Goes up top for Bartow. He'll roll middle, put it down the wall. From the point from Solomon, it's blocked. Out comes Engel, potential 2-on-1 here. Engel goes back door, one-timer. Not much on it there for Giammarino, broken up by Solomon on the back check. Menexis, stick lift by Engel. Lucas following it up. He'll shoot it, that's blocked. Jumps over Solomon's twig. Maddox Franks coming way out, trying to send this long as the Braves make a line change. Lucas touches it into the zone. Another stretch. Sigler leaves it for Cleary. Cleary wide, glove save for Maddox Franks. 10:30 remaining in the first period.
Cleary's feeling it right now. He's just letting it fly from anywhere, getting up the ice in a hurry.
Got good pace so far to start this one off.
It's unlikely that he gets another goal like he scored to start off the game, but he keeps shooting, you never know.
De Piero from the point, blocked by Lemke. It'll be sauced ahead for Patsalos, broken up by Cleary. Joe Fazio backhands it in. Quick reversal. And now going north, it's intercepted by Fazio. Unable to skate it out with Slimovich. Fazio to the slot, toe save made by Suma.
That became really dangerous in a hurry, Travis. And that's what happens when you have defensive zone turnovers, especially instantly half Hollow Hills know what to do. Get it down low, find the open man, put it in front. Obviously the most dangerous part of that equation was the rebounds that came after it, but got to give your hat off to Suma right there to just take up as much space. That's really what he did, leg to leg from both posts.
It's a really clutch save right there. Using his size right off the draw. Nothing going there for Fazio, but a good take. Quick D-to-D pass from behind the net. Stretched out, and Lemke will settle this down. A lot of pressure on. He moves it to Fazio. And number 25 in black, that's who the Hornets are going to be looking to activate tonight, Jonathan Wheeler.
Wheeler just has to be appreciative of the fact that there's so many teammates on his side that can keep up with him in terms of pace.
Puck gets swung across. That shot off the blocker goes out of play. That one wasn't easy there for Maddox Franks.
Got to be a lot of emotions right now for Franks coming back into the season, thrown right into the quarterfinals in a do-or-die situation.
It's the Hornets who carry it out, touch pass through the middle. Now outside Daguerre. Daguerre floats it across. It's loose in the slot, now cleared out by Finelli. D-to-D dish, Wolney right up for Daguerre. Daguerre trying to dangle through Schoenberg. He's stopped up. Schoenberg puts him to the wall. Wolney on the keep-in. That's deflected! Big save by Suma. High sticking penalty coming here on the Braves.
Listen, I think that special teams is going to play a big part in this game. That's the one thing we haven't really talked about yet, Travis. And now you're going to see the first opportunity for the Hornets to go up a man. You instantly see Wheeler out onto the ice. You said you got to activate him. No better time than when there's a little bit of extra real estate to work with.
So a power play opportunity. High sticking call on Max Schoenberg. Patsalos, Lemke, Solomon, Lucas, Wheeler for the Hornets. It's Wheeler who has the puck. He'll go down to the corner. Lucas trying to return it to him. He's defended tight by Slimovich. It's going to pop out and be sent all the way by Massi Giamarino. Solomon, quick cutback. Looking for Lucas, jumps his stick. Lemke will retreat to get there. Trying to leave it middle for Wheeler. Ton of pressure as it's taken by Tokarski. Franks will stop it. Around the wall from Solomon. Tokarski jumps it, taken now by Patsalos. Patsalos over the line, last year's JV Player of the Year in the NYIHSHL. Wheeler knocks it down, puts it to the net. Patsalos redirects, goes out of play.
That's another great look. You're a little bit closer in there for Patsalos, and that's going to go bar down, but obviously there's only so much room you can take up in the blue paint without interfering with the goalie. So he's walking a fine line, but did it well there. You get a couple more looks like that. One of them's going to go into the back of the net.
7:54 remaining, 104 on the power play. Patsalos drops it for Wheeler. He'll work to the middle, trying to go to the flank for Jet Lucas. They switch spots as Solomon gets the puck. Down the wall, Patsalos out front, blocked by DePiero. Comes to Lemke. Scissor play with Wheeler. Lemke works to the point. It's Solomon now. Settles it down and lets it go, but went wide off a stick.
Hornets just seamless right now, all trading positions and doing so well.
It's cleared out. And Aiden Cleary is on a shorthanded breakaway. Cleary shoots, scores!
The captain taking over in the first period. That hit 2 posts and went in. It's a shorty for Syosset.
Aiden Cleary makes it 2-0 for the Braves. 7:17 to go in period 1. Great take to the net. And just such a smart play. He left it outside on one hand and just quickly back on his forehand and puts it back the other way where Franks was sliding. Like you said, Kevin, used the post as his friend right there. 2-0 lead, 2-0 Cleary.
That's just silky smooth from number 36. Again, playoffs, they can be about teams, but they can also just be about individuals if you get hot at the right time. Do want to mention, though, that I said if there's any team that can come back from a multi-goal deficit, it's the Hornets in their offense.
Poked away from Fazio as he was trying to drag to get the shot. Put through the legs of Bartow. It's a breakaway chance. Saved by Franks. And he's taken out. Colliding with him there was Wes Sigler. And hoping Maddox is okay there. That collision was fast.
Yeah, that looked like it was more towards the groin area for Maddox.
Sigler was coming with so much speed there.
Well, it's not comfortable. It's not the end of your night.
And Maddox is back up quickly here. What a pace here in this first period. 6:49 left in period 1. Official just make sure they get the thumbs up from Franks, and they do. He's still good to go. Doesn't need any attention from the trainer. Doesn't need to come out of the game. He's solid. He's standing tall still.
Hey, talk about standing tall. Standing tall literally as well. These two goaltenders taking up a lot of the net. That's why they're so good at what they do.
I gotta say, Maddox has probably grown like 6 inches since last season, because I don't remember him standing that far over the crossbar like that.
It's scary, Travis.
It's
We're not
nuts.
growing anymore,
Yeah.
and then people are growing around us.
It's nuts. My brother played with Maddox's older brother back in the day. As DeGarre comes in, splitting through. That shot's blocked. Fazio up to the point. That one from Bartow is deflected by Mossbacker. Wheeler from the corner rims it around to Fazio. He'll go to the point. Bartow skate to stick. Across for Lemke. Lemke opens up and shoots. That's blocked. Wheeler through the seam. One-timer blocked again. Finelli in the way that time. Leonard unable to keep the zone, and this one will be sent down for an icing by Chung.
Chung just doing that to get the change as well, get those tired PK players onto the bench. 5:45 to play in the first period. It's been all Syosset so far, mainly thanks to Cleary. But again, there's no room to rest here. You give the Hornets an inch, they'll take a mile.
2-0 lead, thanks to Captain Cleary. Kept in by Lemke. Floats it around, Patsalos up to the point. It's Leonard. That's deflected, save made by Suma. I mean, we did a highlight post on Aiden Cleary a couple weeks ago. He scored a natural hat trick in like 4 minutes in a game back in January. So keep your eye on him. He might be trying to seal that natty hattie once again before this first period expires.
Obviously, if you're Syosset, you hope he doesn't have to do that, but he'll take it.
He'll
That's
take it
for sure.
Swung ahead, intercepted and dumped in by Patsalos. Suma's going to leave this one out for DePiero. Comes around, and DePiero collects off the boards on the near side. He'll weave through. Out to the middle in some skates. And that'll do it there for the Hornets as they break it up and skate the puck out. Daguerre, though, trying to do a little bit too much at neutral ice. Still able to force it in, but can't keep possession. Back with Eli Werfel. Werfel takes a bump. Saucer pass over Mossbacker's stick. He's chasing after it one-on-one now with Schoenberg. Comes around to Cleary. The lone goal scorer tonight. He's got both for the Braves. He'll touch it for Tokarski. He'll weave through the middle, avoids a check. With Finelli now. Finelli across off a body. We got a delayed penalty here. Up top, Cleary shoots, glove save, Franks, power play, Braves.
So we said, or at least I said, that special teams are going to be important. Somehow, Syosset already have a goal at special teams. They don't even have a power play just yet, thanks to the shorty from Cleary. Now they get an opportunity to extend to a 3-0 lead. And as much as I've harped on the fact that the Hornets can score in deficits, 3-0, that starts getting pretty hairy when you've only played in the first period.
Yeah, certainly if you're half hollow, you don't want to give one up here. You got to be locked down on the PK at this stage. .359 to go in the first.
Oh, it looks like we're going to get a 10 tacked on to this, Travis.
Yeah. So 2 and 10 for Wolney. With Saki in to serve. Braves win the draw. DePiero down the wall. It's Robert Engel. Opens up the hips. Doesn't find the lane he's looking for. Trying to sauce it over to Finelli, but splits the two defenders. And it's going to come all the way out. So that's a kneeing call on Wolney. 2 and 10.
It's one of the rarer calls, but it's such a dangerous play. And obviously not saying that Wolney did it on purpose, but it's
Franks is clearing it. Knocked out of the air. Cleary's shot blocked down. Sorry, Kev, but that was a great chance for Syosset.
That's what I get for turning my head for a second.
Cleary driving back into the zone. Maddox Franks tried to clear that one. It was just batted down by Robert Engel. Finelli off to the flank. DePiero through the seam. Ziegler blocks shot by Lemke.
That's appreciated for Franks.
Down the wall to Cleary. Cleary to the net. Hits the side of the cage. Save Franks on the rebound. And it's shoveled to the boards.
And Wheeler definitely got a piece of that shot. Captain might have just saved a goal.
Finelli for Cleary. He'll walk and shoot. That's deflected. Goes to the corner. DePiero trying to touch it middle. Bounces low for Solomon. He takes a check from Engel. He'll kick it out to DePiero. DePiero, pad save. Rebound back out. And it's hacked into the corner. Clearing attempt. Gets all the way down for the Hornets with 25 to go. Turnover. Chance. Save by Suma. No stick. My goodness.
Suma says, I want to have some fun as well.
What a recovery there. Fazio so close to making it 2-1. Wow. Up to the point. Disque, glove save for Maddox Franks. 3 seconds to go on the power play. We got the Suma replay coming up right here for you, as that was a slick stop. Despite the turnover, you see he was trying to play it long, Kev, and he just fanned on the pass. It gave Fazio a chance, but he recovered very nicely to make that save. Again, he just tried to get under it and just
didn't go where he wanted.
Didn't go where he wanted. Excellent recovery, though.
Looks like we have a helmet issue right now for Franks.
Yeah, new mask coming on for Maddox here. I think he was using Cooper Tell's mask as his helmet was getting some adjustments made to it.
It was behind the scenes that no one saw. There was a lot of commotion.
You know what it was? I think he had the cat eye on. He had to switch the cage on his mask. So he popped Cooper Tell's on while he had his cage on his helmet fixed, and now Maddox gets his helmet back, and with 1:50 to go in the first, Syosset look to extend this lead as Wheeler gets the puck, and he's trying to make it a 2-1 hockey game. Wheeler across back door. Good stick from Ethan Schleimovich. Poke checked away from Menexis, and it comes out to Desquie. Desquie with a $1.30 puts it towards the cage. Franks will leave it for Daguerre. Daguerre. Bartow. Straight up the wall to Jet Lucas. He's going to be forced to shovel it backwards for Daguerre. Goes long, and Jet Lucas now has the space he wanted. He'll carry it in wide. Lucas on Schleimovich around the net. Wheeler trying to get open, but Schleimovich hooks it off his stick. Great play there from the Syosset defenseman. Final minute of the first period. Giamarino to the outside. It's Tokarski. Cleary off the bench, trailing late as Tokarski crunched to the wall there. Big hit thrown by Menexis. No icing. And back to get it, Schoenberg. Ahead for Cleary, just momentarily overskates it, circles back to help. Long stretch pass. It's with Engel. Going across, that's blocked. Engel again. Knocked down by Menexis on the back check. Menexis going long. Mossbacher had Wheeler on the far side. Couldn't get the pass through. We're going to get a whistle here. And it was a delayed offside, but the reason we're getting the stoppage, Robert Engel lost his blade.
Oh.
So he's getting help off the ice right now from his teammates.
A little tree pose to get over there.
Yeah, no blade in his left skate right now, and Aiden Cleary has scooped that up, bringing it back to the bench. Doesn't look like it's broken. It's still in one piece, just popped out. That's always a good sign because that steel is not cheap.
I did a whole project about it, Travis. Hockey is not a cheap sport.
No. Just a backup set of steel at this stage. There's some skates, you buy the skates and then you got to buy the steel afterwards. It's crazy.
I don't make the decisions.
You know, that's why I'm just here talking about the game and what happens in it. And my opinions probably wouldn't vibe with a lot of people.
No, not in the boardroom, that's for sure.
No. First period's going to come to an end. 2-0 lead for the Braves over Half Hollow Hills after 15 minutes of play. Kevin, strong start for Syosset as they got that early goal from Aiden Cleary. He followed it up a few minutes later, and they never really took their foot off the gas.
No.
Even through the penalty kill, Half Hollow really couldn't get anything set up there.
Yeah, I think that's the most important point. All the offense in the game is coming from one guy right now. That's not going to be the case through the rest of the 30 minutes. You're going to see a couple more goal scores. The question is, does it continue to be Syosset? Do they start to run away with this game? Or is it Half Hollow Hills digging out of this 2-0 deficit? Right now, my money would be on Syosset continuing. But, again, there's a reason you play the games. You know, you don't end it after first just because one team takes a lead as we have some more pit stop work done on that skate blade, trying to get everyone ready to go.
At this stage, you probably got to clear out the inside of the toque. Probably some dirt and other stuff in there, maybe some ice after not realizing he lost the blade and then stepping down. And it's a project. It's a project.
Whole thing.
That's why equipment managers are so valuable. If you are, you know, trying to have a career in hockey, I know equipment manager is actually a good one to pursue because it's underrated. You're in the locker room, you're with the boys, and
You're
every
appreciated.
team needs an equipment manager.
I mean, that's one of those things. I don't know who I was having this conversation with yesterday, but just talking about when you get to such a high level, the kind of superstitions that you have around your equipment.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's just the things that people do. They have to be a certain way. You don't wear new skates in a game. You have to break them in beforehand. You got to tape your stick a certain way. Some guys don't ever retape their sticks. Some guys tape them every game. You never really know.
It's like when I played, it was like the same warm-up, same timing of it every time. I'm putting my right shin pad on first, my right skate on first. Like, it's all mental.
Yeah,
It's all mental.
I mean, I mainly played lacrosse, so I kind of understand it. But you know, there's less equipment there. You know.
Yeah, you know, it's that was one of my least favorite things about playing was having to get dressed.
Yeah.
Getting dressed is the worst part of hockey.
Now taking off cleats and skates afterwards to let the dogs breathe.
Yeah, that feels better. Second period underway here. Hornets will control the opening faceoff, and you got to think this is what they need, but a delayed offside as Mossbacher was ahead of the puck. Jet Lucas forcing a turnover. 2-0 lead. Aiden Cleary has both goals for Syosset. He's on the puck right now. as he drives over the line, gets around Solomon, puts it off the outside of the net. Franks keeps it deep. Tokarski for Cleary. He opens up and shoots. Nothing there. Ends up breaking out of the zone.
And Cleary still hunting that natural hat trick. You got to shut him down at all costs if you are half Hollow Hills.
Solomon floats it low. Jumps over the stick of Menexis. Now a stretch pass to Tokarski. He's going to turn into a 3-on-2. Back over. Tokarski again to the backhand. Save Franks. Rebound. Maddox. Franks with the stop. And Tokarski, third time of asking. He scores. 3-0 lead for the Braves. 57 seconds into the middle period.
At some point, Franks just needs a little bit of help. Makes a couple of good saves there. That's when the puck gets down low. You got to cut that pass off because Franks needs to get back into position. He still almost got there, Travis. That's the most impressive part of the play.
You see here, the puck comes down low, and they get caught with their two defenders beneath the goal line. Tokarski wide open in the slot, and that's what leads to that tally right there. Like you said, Maddox made the first couple of stops on that one. It was when it filtered back out through from behind the cage that Tokarski buried. He gets his first of the playoffs. He had 5 in the regular season, and he extends the lead for the Braves, trying to continue to make this mountain a bit steeper to climb for half Hollow Hills. Stretch pass won't make it to Wheeler.
Tokarski is one of those players, for my money, Travis, that his regular season production isn't as high as it could have been. I can totally see a world in which he starts to light it up in the playoffs.
You always have those guys that step up and elevate their game when the brights are the lightest. Brights are the lightest. Lights are the brightest. Thank you. To the net.
I was thinking I was going to say anything.
I'm just glad I caught myself and didn't continue. Because then I would have really felt dumb. Like, I already do feel a little bit dumb, but, like, that's what happens when you talk faster than your brain can process sometimes, and that's what this job entails.
Yeah. I mean, for everyone at home, you know, it's like most of the time when people do that, they don't catch it, but we have our voices being played back to us, so we hear everything.
I hear everything, and it's like the common question we always get. How do you remember everyone's names, and how do you remember, you know, this, that, and the other? And it's like, well, we got our little tricks, but it's like sometimes I can't even remember to get my vocabulary and grammar right, so it's good that I get the names. Out front, chance here for the Hornets. Another save for Suma. Daguerre flips it back to the corner. It's Chung. He'll float it around to the weak side. This is our second quarterfinal game, Tuesday night hockey in the New York Islanders High School Hockey League, live on the LI Sports Network. Daguerre from the point floats it in. Travis Quigley here on the call. Kevin Broderick on color commentary. Anthony Papasadero, Gabe Curry, Sam Musnick, Rowan Hlodick. Joining us on the crew, Finelli with a shot, punched straight up by Franks, and he'll snag it out of the air. 12:37 to go in the second period, 3-0 the scoreline. We've already had one team, Kev, punch their ticket to the semis, NYIHSHL for the second straight season, as they won their quarterfinal game against Valley Stream 5-0 just before this one began, and that was as close to pure dominance as you're going to get from NYIHSHL. They played a flawless game, mistake-free hockey most of the way, and Valley Stream were never able to get their scorers going. And you got to wonder, as we inch closer to the halfway point of this game, can the Hornets get their scorers going?
Yeah.
Because they're running into a similar problem that Valley Stream had as the game continued to tick on, and they couldn't get their offense going until it was a bit too late.
I mean, the big thing is, and this is obviously always going to sound stupid when you say it out loud, you can't win a game if you don't score. I mean, it's just one of those things that you got to say it a certain way. You got to say it with a certain passion as a coach for the point to come across to your team. That's what you got to find right now over on that bench. You have the scores. We know it. We can look at the stat logs and we can know it. You know, if you've watched a single half Hollow Hills game, this is not how they usually go. 3 goals for the other team, fine. But there's usually 3 or 4 there for the Hornets as well.
Certainly. And down 3-0, you know the Hornets desperately want the next one. For my money, kind of need the next one here, as you can't let the Braves pull out to a 4-0 lead, no matter how much time's left in the game, as they can shut you down, as Menexis will roll up top. Floats it over. One-time try, punched away by Suma. As putting that one towards the net was Matt Winsky.
You know, Trevin, it's not even like the last game that we saw from NYIHSHL where they just significantly outshot their opposition. Half Hollow Hills have taken 12 shots. Syosset have only taken 10.
Make it 11 now as Franks parries that one aside.
And the crazy thing is that none of them are on Franks.
Saved by Suma. Rebound pops straight out, and then De Piero will knock it down. De Piero flips it ahead. Hills trying to go right back north. They got numbers here. 3-on-1. Jet Lucas to Mossbacker. Save Suma!
You gotta be kidding me with these stops for Suma.
Mossbacker goes across. It's to Gare. Little head fake. De Piero puts them to the boards. Puck popping around. That shot goes wide. Off on the side. De Piero shovels it ahead. Skipping out to neutral ice, now into the Hornets zone. Solomon has to go back to get it with Tokarski on. Swings it to Lemke. Lemke goes long. Fazio gets it, just stays on side on the reception of the pass. Fazio around the net with it. Drops it off to Wheeler. Wheeler cutting, shooting, denied. Suma and cleared all the way down. Icing coming against the Braves. 10:06. Left in the second period.
They're going Travis, the hamster. He's starting to spin that wheel. Half Hollow Hills, they're knocking on the door right now, and you can tell that the offense, you know, it's there. I don't know exactly what's different about it, but there's something different about it.
I think he broke our trainer with the hamster spinning the wheel line. He was confused. He turned around. He's like, what the hell did he just say? 10:04 coming off the icing. Comes back to Lemke. He'll blast it at the cage and ramps up the stick of Fazio. Stays inside. Solomon to the net. Fazio slows it down. Couldn't turn it quickly. Now he'll shoot. Suma kicks it out. Solomon keeps it in. Finds Wheeler. Wheeler just being hounded, so throws across corner. That allows Tokarski to take possession for Syosset. Evades a check.
Play.
He's still humming up the ice right now. Trying to return it through the middle with Sigler. Didn't get there. Fazio leaves it for Lemke. Lemke over the blue line on side. Hits Fazio. Fazio to the middle. Mossbacker. Josh Mossbacker rolls around into the high slot. Knifed away from him by Joe Finelli. Braves, it's Cleary. Stolen off his stick and intercepted now by Schoenberg. He'll float it in deep, delayed offside.
Trav, I think I've put my finger on what exactly it is. I've been counting the passes that Half Hollow Hills have been completing over the last, call it 45 seconds. They've missed 2. Everything else is going tape to tape. That's why they've looked so dangerous, especially down on the goal line. They're switching off with each other so well. That's allowing them to find centering feeds.
Hacked away, and now a chance here. Giammarino, Frank's way out. Aggressive play from the Hornets goalie. Back in come the Braves. Giammarino across, and that one taken. Settled down, and that one over the net. That goes out of play. 8:20 remaining. In period 2, 3-0 lead. We're going to be left of Maddox Franks here. And the Hornets will win the draw defensively. Fanning on that pass, Leonard. Wheeler will swoop in to take it. Wheeler with a shot. That was blocked off the back of the net. Wheeler couldn't put it through the second try. High flip clears the zone. Bartow back for it first. Has it taken away from him. He'll recover it as it goes off the side of the net. Half Hollow having some difficulty clearing right now. Back into the zone with it. It's Giammarino. That shot's blocked by Bartow. Out of the zone, Jet Lucas looking for Menexis over his stick. Won't be an icing. De Piero up the boards, knocked down Wheeler. Menexis for Wheeler. Wheeler out front, backhand try save. Rebound, doesn't make it to the net, goes over the netting, out of play. Past the halfway point of this hockey game. 7:19 remaining. Second period of play. Kevin, 3-0 for the Braves. Hornets finding their game a bit more in this frame, but unable to get past Nick Suma so far.
I mean, 6 shots on goal. A lot of them Suma had to stand on his head to get a piece of. Again, you don't want to keep saying it to yourself if you're a player that we're going to get one. At some point, you just want to cross that line because that's when the momentum comes and that's when everything starts to really feel easy. It's also got to remember that some players have better mental states than others.
Braves trying to come in with numbers. Had a 3-on-2 look, but a solid defensive play from Dylan Solomon. Fazio across, offside on the Hornets. Swang was in before the puck.
Yeah, that was an easy one right there for the linesman. 7 minutes left to play in the second.
If you're the Hornets, you gotta want to be on the board before the end of this period.
It's not that you have to. I mean, 3 goals in a period, you can do it. Obviously, I mean, the Braves almost had 3 goals in a period. They scored at 14:03 left in the second, so not much of a big difference between there, especially considering we only have a 1-minute intermission.
You just want to create some distance between your back and the wall before that third period starts. Lucas over for Wheeler. He'll take it off the boards. Trying to drive in low. Back for Solomon. Touched over. Daguerre. Glove save Suma. No traffic.
And no traffic is the most important part of that. Suma's proven that you're not going to beat him on any little fluttering shots on net.
It's a 3-0 lead right now for the Braves. 6:36 to go in period 2. I want to thank you all so much for joining us on the LI Sports Network. As that goes off the glass, Suma is going to cover it behind his own net. Just trying to get a whistle there as that one took a funky hop. And Kev, I teased it in the first game. We showed it in the first game, post game. And we're going to, if you weren't with us for the first quarterfinal, we've got something new here at LISN that we're excited to show you all at home. And we'll show that off during the second intermission. Something new for our post-game interviews is it's popped around to Slimovich. Rolling up to the point. Slimovich again. Save Franks. Rebound is still free. Sigler backhand doesn't make it to the net. Menexis reverses for Lemke. Lemke goes back to Menexis. He'll try to wheel out. Menexis dangling through. Denied. Doesn't get past Suma.
Again, just so close.
Here comes Cleary now. It's a good take. You don't want to see the Hornets start to get desperate, though. Excuse me, and start playing some hero hockey. Oh my goodness, pardon me.
Yeah, I think the difference right there is you had enough of a rush going. But I 100% agree with you, Travis. When you start trying to play hero hockey in the playoffs, you're just going to dig your own grave.
Terrible time for me to get the hiccups right there. Thankfully, I shook them off quickly, but that was almost brutal. 2-on-1 chance for the Braves. It's Disqui driving. Backdoor look. Unable to get the shot, Giamarino.
And the Hornets need to mentally refocus right now.
Menexis long hits Daguerre onside. Daguerre drags, fires, hits the glass, ramped up the stick of Ryan Bostwick. Down low, Daguerre. He takes a check. Still battling for possession here. Solomon pinches to keep the zone. Wow. He's knocked to the ice by Robert Engel. Fazio around the net. Hooks it middle, nobody home. Finelli will play this one ahead. Giamarino goes across, but Daguerre knocked it down. Solomon goes long. Fazio, touch pass middle. It's Lucas trying to dangle through. Spinning. Back for Solomon. Returns it to Jet Lucas, but it's intercepted. And Finelli clears the zone. Disqui run into by Wolney. They're pinched up against the wall. Lucas trying to slide it deep. DeGuerre over for Solomon. Out for Lucas. Lucas to the middle, it's Mossbacker. Mossbacker. Rolling and firing, pad stop. 3:55 to go in period 2. Mossbacker takes a check there. Disqui looking to clear the zone, he does. Our linesman takes a tumble, trying to avoid the puck that was coming right at his face. Can't do anything but laugh that one off.
Nah, he's good. I believe I heard one of the Syosset players say "fee fi fo fum" on the way back to the bench, much to the amusement of some of the other officials who are out there.
Suma steers that puck away, the backhander from up top. 3.5 remaining. Over the blue line, dished across. Cooper Gallo got a piece but couldn't settle it down. He'll move it up top for DePiero. DePiero pinches in once more. That shot's blocked. Manfredi in the lane. He'll hook it over to Benson Huang. Huang over the blue line to the slot. Pat Salos, no shot. Touch pass to the middle of the ice. It's Werfel trying to dangle his way through. Broken up. Pinched out by Huang. Back up the wall, DePiero. And immediately north come the Braves. Schoenberg receives the pass. Schoenberg works middle of the ice, but knifed away by Lemke. Petros Petsalos gains the red line, floats it in deep. DePiero first back to it. Nicolau intercepted. Chance Fazio, but it went under the tape after Wheeler came flying off the bench to take that away. It's Menexis for Fazio. Point for Solomon. That goes wide. Poked at by Nicolau, comes into the corner with Menexis. Looking to spin away. Split through 2 defenders. For Fazio, net comes off. 2:05.
Reminder, Travis. Yeah, 2:05. You just said it, but the thing you got to follow that up with, you said you really like one here if you are half Hollow Hills. Still 2:05 to get it. I would also add on, if you're getting it at this point in the period, coaches always talk about late period goals being killers. Can truly be a momentum changer right here.
Absolutely. Could certainly deflate the Syosset side as it's one right to Wheeler. He shoots. That's blocked again. Over to Wheeler once more. Goes back door. Touched wide by Menexis.
They just can't catch a break right now.
2 grade A opportunities go sideways. Fazio gets it from Menexis. He'll go corner to Wheeler. Wheeler back to the point. Solomon blocks shot. The Braves are eating biscuits tonight. No gravy. Tokarski over the blue line. Continues around the cage. Paddle down. Maddox Frank stops it up. It's Bartow trying to spin it out of the zone. Turnover. Shot wide. Rebound. Frank stops it. And again, net is off its moorings.
A little bit of a break there for half Hollow Hills. Obviously, Franks didn't do that on purpose, but so important for them not to give a goal right there, because you talk about backbreakers, that would have been it right
Certainly.
there. You know, you get so close on a couple of Wheeler shots. One of them almost tips into the back of the net. Got to think about that. You got to think about finding it in the next 120.
Face-off one a bit too clean for the Braves as it'll come all the way out to their own blue line. Finelli circling, and we'll go long. Looking for Sigler, jumped his twig. Lemke posts up, moves it up the near side, and it's taken away Giamarino. He lost his stick. Now Tokarski has it. To the net, Tokarski, broken up to Guerre. Lemke flipped it ahead to Mossbacker. Final minute of period 2. 3-0 lead for Syosset. That one blocked off. Poke checked out, Giamarino. He's off to the races. Giamarino on a breakaway to the backhand. Maddox Frank says no.
3-on-2 the other way. Oh.
Intercepted Finelli. read that pass perfectly. He cuts in. He'll spin, open up, looking across to Cleary. Broken up Wolney. 20 seconds remaining. Wolney going long. Hits Wheeler. And he's buzzing. Wheeler drops it off to Gary. One-timer. Save made. Suma. 10 seconds left. Back with Lemke. Quick up the boards. Delayed offside. Broken up and racing in. It's Robert Engel. 5 seconds. Engel to the middle. Just squeeze. Couldn't get the shot off. And that will do it. 30 minutes down. 15 to go. And it's Syosset with a 3-0 advantage in this one. And we're ready to show off our here in the second period what we've got for post-game. But I just need someone from down below to throw one up for me, and we'll be good to go. I was snapping my fingers, but nobody heard me. Team effort here on LISN. Kev, you're our model, not me. Here we go. Here it is. New partnership, LISN and Clean Hit Athletics. They have provided us with player of the game towels. Each POG at the end of the night is going to get one of these. They'll take it home. They'll keep it in their bags, wipe off the skates. Kev's been using one all night to wipe off his laptop. It's been working great. A big shout out to Clean Hit Athletics for providing us with these player of the game towels, a brand new partnership. They are also the sponsor of our post-game interviews, and as mentioned, each player of the game will be going home with one of these Clean Hit Athletics player of the game towels. So again, big shout out to Clean Hit Athletics. Make sure you follow those guys on social media, and make sure you check out their site, as they've got plenty of great apparel and more to come between the partnership between Clean Hit and LISN, Kevin.
I'm so happy that they're with us. I've been waiting for partnerships. I don't know about you, Travis. I love doing ad reads. They're fun. Had a lot of them back in the AAU Nationals. We got creative with them. So if you want a creative advertisement in front of the great crowd of LISN people, all local people as well, if that floats your boat, find us.
Yeah.
We're all over the place. I mean, Travis is the mayor of Long Island hockey. He's not hard to find.
That's a name that's taken on a life of its own.
It has.
It's not self-appointed. I do want to declare that. I did not name myself that. I'm not one of those guys.
I don't think I've ever heard him say it about himself either. So, you know, Travis, he's confident, but he's not egotistical.
Syosset up 3-0 as we get ready to go to period number 3. Kev, Braves 15 minutes for being the second team to punch that ticket to the semis. What do the Hornets have to do to battle back and ensure that doesn't happen?
I mean, the thing is, if you're looking to shut everything down, I think it just comes with Suma. You know, he's been doing it already. If you're Half Hollow Hills, you honestly kind of just have to keep doing what you've already been doing. You just need a little bit of puck luck, and once that burst goes in, once you realize that you can beat this goaltender, everything's going to start to fall after that.
Turnover. Fazio couldn't get it to the net, though. Cleary just all over it right away with that stick lift, Kevin.
I mean, just the runaway player of the game right now, Cleary. He has 3 points, 2 goals. You know, even if Half Hollow Hills scores 1, he still has the game winner. He'll
drag and shoot, punch straight into the air by Maddox Franks. As you know, Cleary's looking for that third. He wants to be the icebreaker in this one.
If it wasn't for Cleary, it's number 79. Tokarski's been all over as well. He has the 3rd goal for Half Hollow Hills, the insurance goal.
Menexis scoops it up. The dump in, he'll wheel around, trying to go up to the point, broken up. In the lane was Robert Engel. Lemke across the seam. Daguerre couldn't settle it down. He'll throw that at the net, blocked off by De Piero. Fazio. Pinned on the wall. Pops up, and now we got a penalty called here. Interference, and it's going on Syosset, Kevin.
Yeah, that's when you start getting a little bit nervous if you're a fan at home of Syosset.
Number 1 D-man headed to the box, too.
Yeah, that just makes matters even worse, and that's why you have Travis on the call. You know, it's important that right now they just lock up. You're not going to be expecting another shorthanded goal from Cleary. You just want to kill off as much time as possible. 13:42, the clock is your greatest ally.
And you got to figure this is the most crucial point of the game for Half Hollow Hills. this power play chance early in the third. You can put the wind in your sails and start mounting the comeback with a goal here. As Wheeler's looking to walk off the boards, he'll go to the point to Menexis. Back with Wheeler. Rolling, seam pass. Lucas couldn't handle it.
Watch the battle for Lemke in front of the net as well.
Lucas knocked off the puck, and Finelli's going to jump it, slides it to Giammarino. 3-on-2 shorthanded. It's going to be left out there. Solomon couldn't clear the zone. Menexis, a lot of pressure on. He evades the check. A spin move, knocked down by Giammarino, and he's going to get called. We're going to go to 5-on-3.
Give the puck up. Yeah, that's
Wheeler
smart.
Gave it up. He heard you say it. And Giammarino goes right to the box. He knew it was on him. He's getting called too for tripping.
I love the awareness right there from Half Hollow Hills because, to my opinion, St. Anthony's one of the best coach teams across anywhere on Long Island. They had a chance to go up 5-on-3 against Midtown Hauppauge late stages of the game back in the regular season, and even they got confused and for a second didn't know what was going on and killed off some precious time. So Half Hollow Hills, they didn't waste a second. 112 for the 5-on-3, but no face-off win.
Long 5-on-3, but you certainly wanted that face-off win so you could control the puck and set up. Now you got to break out, which drains some time. Menexis carries with a lot of pace. He'll cut through the middle and now roll back to the point to slow it. Sauce over for Daguerre. He'll walk it in across. Touch back. Menexis one-time blast. And Suma with the breadbasket stop.
The one thing that we haven't talked about with this 5-on-3 is the fact you get 2 for the price of 1. You score in the next 46 seconds, you got the wind in your back, and you still have a 5-on-4.
Absolutely. Wheeler goes back to Menexis. He'll hook it to Daguerre. Fazio setting the screen. Daguerre's shot is blocked by Desqui. Lucas out front. Fazio couldn't turn it to the net, and Cleary will chip it out and chase. 5-on-3 doesn't matter. He's still going to try to put one to the cage over the head of Franks, and this leads to Menexis wheeling into the offensive zone. Cuts across the slot. Forced off his stick. He'll recover it. Pass went between Lucas and Daguerre. Lucas drops it back to him. Over to Menexis. Lane hits Wheeler. One-timer, missed the target.
Oof.
Skips all the way out.
That's a
and
tough
De
bounce.
Piero comes out of the box. It's 5-on-4 for 48 seconds now. Daguerre drops it back to Wheeler. He'll roll to the middle of the ice, trying to find that shooting lane. He does, and Suma steers it aside. All the way around to the weak ice for Wheeler. Lucas behind the net to Fazio. Setting things up. Just 25 to go on the power play. Daguerre now, center point. Fakes the slap shot, goes to Fazio. Still just not a lot of shooting lanes here as Finelli pins it up against the wall. Tokarski's clear, hits a shin pad, and Desqui's out one-on-one. Danny Desqui for Tokarski. Save Maddox Franks. He sends it out for Wheeler, and he's going 3-on-2. Wheeler over the line. Drops it across to Fazio. Back to 5-on-5. Fazio cuts and lets it go. And Suma off the shoulder keeps it out.
I mean, Franks is just playing with a bleeding heart right now, doing everything possible for his team, making the save, spearing the puck ahead to set up the rush. You really just got to tip your hat for a player coming back from injury and playing the way that he has tonight.
He's been solid here in this one. His side down 3-0. The Hornets still trying to find their offensive touch. They're out shooting the Braves 21-13, but can't find the back of the net just yet, as it's been all Nick Suma in this one. Up the board, Solomon on the keep-in. That's deflected, knocked down with the glove hand by Ethan Schleimovich. Across. Weaving into the zone with possession. Sigler hacked away. He'll take a bump from Solomon up against the wall. Huang trying to clear the zone. That's knocked down. Played around. Weak side wrap. Nothing there for the Braves or the Hornets as it's just pinballing around. Big collision down low, and now they get it out. Just ahead of the puck was Benson Huang. Delayed offside on the Hornets.
Just needed control of the puck right there to avoid that.
Mossbacker backhands it in. Around to get the puck. Schoenberg cuts the net and leads the breakout, moving it to Eli Werfel. Back middle, Schoenberg swept away. Swooping in to get it is Engel. Tried to put it at the net. Braves gonna reset up top at the point. Schoenberg, shot. They score! It's Max Schoenberg. He makes it 4-0 for Syosset. 9:19 to go. And we've got some extracurriculars here.
That's the backbreaker right there. Just you got to be aware if you are Syosset to not take a penalty right now in the retaliation.
Schoenberg took the shot, but I'm wondering if Eli Werfel got a piece of it right here in that battle.
Yeah, it looked like it dipped a little.
Might have taken that little deflection.
Yeah, and that's the little shove that caused the scruffle.
4-0 lead for Syosset, a massive goal. They fend off the Hornets on the 5-on-3. They get out of it unscathed, and they come right back down and bury to extend their lead 4-0. What could be the dagger in this one if the Hornets don't get those mountain climbers on and start moving quick.
I mean, we saw NYIHSHL last game just put a masterclass on of closing out a game. Right now, Syosset might one-up them.
Lemke gets it back on the give and go, but it's taken away. Wheeler trying to return it to him. That pass gets blocked. Engel circling back behind his own net. Send a saucer pass forward for Desquis, who just shovels it out of the zone. Lemke goes D to D. Solomon out for Fazio. A lot of defensive pressure there as it's finally dropped back for Wheeler. He'll cut outside. Wheeler shoots and rings the post. That's just how it's going for Half Hollow tonight, Kevin. Great chance right there. Probably their best of the period. And Wheeler rings iron.
It's just opportunity after opportunity. And it's either the post or it's Suma. Most of the time it's been Suma.
Pass comes all the way over and it's Wheeler who's going to turn up ice. Goes across for Menexis. Menexis drags and shoots. Saves Suma.
You even feel like a shot like that, it would somehow go in if it was off the stick of a Syosset player.
Chance there. Franks will glove it.
Crazy that you're almost at the halfway point of this third period.
That one ramped up a stick, popped about 20 feet in the air, stays in the rink. Mossbacker trying to clear. That again off a twig and stays in the zone. And we got a penalty called here. Backside official. Half Hollow going down a man now. Desperately not what they need. 7:32 to go. And it's a tripping call on the Hornets.
I mean, Travis, I'm no WWE fan. You know much more about it than me, but this feels like the point of the match in which someone climbs on top of the rope and just throws their entire weight into whoever's lying down.
Kind of like what I get the urge to do when Gabe's sitting at his table and I'm up on this scaffold. Fly down and drop a flying elbow or something.
Gabe doesn't look too pleased with that, but I'm sure he'll get over it.
No, because Gabe would counter it and catch me and body slam me through the table. I would not have success in that dogfight. Power play begins here for Syosset. Finelli, center point. Rolling, shooting. That deflects wide. De Piero. Drops it back off. It's Finelli getting it from Cleary. He'll delay. Passes it back over for Sigler. Lemke knocks him off the puck, gets some help from Engel. It's Cleary. Big slap shot wide. Franks didn't see that one. De Piero. Around for Sigler.
Still 1 minute left in the power play.
They're just playing keep away at this stage.
Yeah.
Cleary's going to float it to the net. That went well over.
No shot clock in hockey. They can hold on to the rock as long as they want.
Under 6.5 remaining in regulation. Wheeler trying to pry the puck free. It comes out to Cleary. Keeps it deep. Menexis has it pinned against the yellow of the wall. Bartow just snapped his stick in half. Lemke trying to clear the zone. He does. That helps. Came a 5-on-3 there with Bartow, no twig.
Syosset playing good situational hockey as well. Cleary was back at the blue line a couple of steps away from it. He knew that he just needed to be there to shut down any rush.
Good poke check from Solomon. He's going to take a couple strides with it. And sees that he can just go all the way. He will. Dumps it in, looks to go get it. It's Disqui. Had it knocked away from him by Solomon. Leading the rush as we get back to 5-on-5 is Slimovich. Slimovich with a quick backhand forehand try. Franks with the stop. Daguerre, spin move. 5:20 remaining in the third. Hornets got to go quick here as Patsalos looks to float it ahead for Lucas. Just straddled the leg to stay on side. Up the wall. Pushed back down low by Daguerre. Fazio for Jet Lucas. Fanned on the attempt. Stays with it behind the net. Lucas trying to spin away from Slimovich. Poked it away, and now De Piero with the hack at it. Sends it up the wall, and now out through the middle to Giamarino. Massimiliano Giamarino had it sticked away, and now offside gets called. 4:49 left in regulation. 4-0 lead for Syosset. And let us know in the chat. I forgot to pitch this. Let us know in the chat. We showed you guys our player of the game towel. You let us know. Who do you think is going to be the player of the game? We're inside the final 5. You take the final 5. Vote on it in the chat on YouTube. Who is the POG tonight here between Syosset and Half Hollow Hills?
I know Gabe Takuri gets fired up when he can get people to give us clicks on the internet. That's what Gabe Takuri does.
You know, we're also closing in on 12,000 subscribers. We're about 200 away. So I'm almost like keeping track, and you know, maybe if I can identify who our 12,000 subscriber is, maybe they'll get a little prize or something. Maybe they get one of these clean hit player of the game towels.
I can give him a hug.
Kevin will give you a hug. Brannigan was offering out cookies last night as we did the Quigs and Brannigan overtime challenge.
I will say, I have not met someone who's allergic to a hug of mine. People can be allergic to cookies. I'm allergic to cookies.
You're allergic to a lot of things.
Unfortunately.
Lemke behind the net trying to stretch out long as Wheeler springing, gets the pass, one-on-one look for Wheeler. Wheeler inside out, but Finelli forces him to the corner, no shot. To the slot from Menexis, came off his right skate, and now forced out of the zone long. It's Eli Werfel who clears. Leonard. Knocked down, it was Wheeler who takes it. We got a couple candidates for player of the game. I'm sure the chat's got to be popping off. Suma, 22 saves in this one.
Cleary,
2 goals. As Menexis weaving in, Suma's going to dive on top of it.
Tokarski should be up there for my money as
Tokarski
well.
got a couple points in this one. Oh, it's interesting. I'm intrigued to see what the people at home are thinking, what they're feeling. As Patsalos' shot off a stick out of play.
I think that caught up on the mic.
Chance right off the face-off, and once again, Suma will just cover it up.
Talk about an awesome game from Suma, coming in and playing against one of the best offenses in the New York Islander High School Hockey League. They put up 22 shots. So far, he's been a brick wall.
That he has. Braves clear the zone. Tokarski dancing around, drops it off to Cleary. Cleary couldn't get through Solomon. Tokarski will hinge it back for Ryan Bostwick. Bostwick off the boards in front of his own bench. Cleary again just couldn't settle. Daguerre looks to turn up ice. He'll swing it to Solomon. Solomon on the dump in. Kicked aside by Suma. Huang gets there first. Comes back to the point. It's Patsalos. Can't get a shot through. And Syosset will clear the zone. Franks is going to play this one.
He kind of has to. There's such little time.
Lucas back over the blue after receiving that pass. Drops it to Patsalos. He'll cut middle and let it go. Stick save, Nick Suma. DeGarre for Lucas. Intercepted and flipped ahead up the sheet and off the glass by Sigler. Weaving into Karski, but offside called. Just entering before the puck was Nicolau.
You know, Travis, it's been a good period when my first criticism of your team is you've gotten offsides with 2:16 left in the third period instead of just dumping the puck in. If that's the only thing that someone could nitpick from you, you've done a fantastic job.
They've, like you said, Manhasset did a really nice job locking down in their quarterfinal game, and Syosset has done the same thing here in this one. It's moved ahead for Fazio. He'll drop it back to Wheeler. Wheeler with 2 minutes to go over the blue. He'll let a wrist shot go. That came off of Suma and hit the post. No trouble there, though. De Piero goes cross ice right on the tape of Winston Chung. Knifed away by Lemke. Into the zone, Fazio driving in. Fazio, he's going to stop up. Captain Cleary's giving a pitch right now as why he should be the player of the game.
Someone get him on student council. He's got the chops for it.
What's the chat say? What's the chat say? What do the people think? 1:15 to go. Captain Cleary's making his pitch. Nick Suma can't make his pitch right now. He's still on the ice as Suma punches another one away.
I mean, Suma's up to 24 saves now. I think his pitch is coming from his play.
100%. That one dumped in. Final minute here in regulation. Syosset up 4-0. Inching closer to their semifinal matchup. Or I should say their date with the semifinals. We don't know who they're going to be playing yet. We still got 2 quarterfinal games tomorrow.
You imagine it's going to be Belmore Merrick, and you imagine it's going to be Long Beach. But like I always like to say, you got to play the games for a reason.
That's right. It's Menexis. He'll go through the seam. Fazio touches it across to Wheeler. Couldn't knock it down. 30 seconds to go. Pushed ahead and over the blue. Trying to dump it deep was David Bartlett. It was knocked off his stick, and a penalty is called here. It looks like it's going on Bartlett.
Just got to make sure cooler heads prevail here for the remainder of the game.
Just gets 2 for tripping. As there's 21 seconds to go. And Syosset fell last year in the quarters, going to bounce back and make it to the semis this season. Power play to end this game for Half Hollow Hills. Can they capitalize and get one? Leonard from the point blasts it wide. It gets hung up on the back of the net. Banked off of it by Boswick. Lucas has it. Lucas to the high slot. Huang opens up and shoots. Save made by Suma. Lucas pops it over the net. Chance there. It's blocked in the slot. Doesn't go. Oh my goodness.
Did he catch that?
Just before the Braves keep the puck out.
That's nuts. Look at Suma. He's on his stomach. He doesn't know where the puck is. Oh, it's already in his glove by that point. That's ridiculous.
That does it. The Syosset Braves win the game 4-0. A shutout victory over Half Hollow Hills, and they're the second team to punch their ticket. We'll see them in Long Beach on Friday night for the semifinal round.
I mean, Travis, I got one last thing to say for this broadcast before you close us out. That is a 25 save shutout for Suma. Well, first of all, good job from the defense for only giving up 25 shots against this offense. But nonetheless, a 25 save shutout against a team that averages just under 7 goals a game. 7. That's ridiculous. That's about as old as Sam Musnick in terms of goals to age conversion. I mean, just a crazy offense that they have, and Suma was able to shut them out the entire time, including just a 5-star save, with 1.6, I think it was, left on the clock.
That was sensational, and Syosset certainly brought their A game tonight. We got to tip our cap to the Half Hollow Hills Hornets on the season that they had. Again, it wasn't the way that they wanted it to go. They expect a lot more success for themselves, but they ended the season regularly really, really strong. And when it got to that point at the end of the season, as we mentioned, they came away with big wins over Valley Stream and Manhasset and came into the playoffs absolutely rolling. Just ran into a Syosset team that was rolling a bit harder.
Yeah, I mean, we talked a lot about Suma there, but I want to talk about Franks as well, because I said it about halfway through. He was playing with a bleeding heart. He absolutely was. He was doing everything he possibly could to hold his team in the game. And listen, for a normal day for Half Hollow Hills, the way Franks played would have been a winning performance. He didn't give up any easy goals. He made Syosset work for it. But you just got to give your hat off to Suma and that defense for locking up Half Hollow Hills.
Yeah, the Syosset really shut it down, especially in the third period, like we talked about. Playoff hockey, every team elevates their performance, elevates their level of play, and Syosset certainly did the job here tonight to secure the shutout victory in this one. The second team here to punch their ticket to the semifinals following Manhasset earlier on tonight. So we've got our number 3 and our number 4 seeds already moving on to the semifinal round. And I mean, Kev, I want to thank you so much for making the trip out here from Stony Brook to join me for some color tonight. And I think we got 2 pretty good hockey games, no?
I think we did get 2 pretty good hockey games.
So again, big thanks to Kevin for coming out, doing color commentary. We might get an appearance from Kevin tomorrow. We'll see. But nonetheless, we've got our post-game player of the game interview powered by Clean Hit Athletics coming up next. Don't go anywhere. Give us about 30 seconds, and we're going to deliver that to you guys in just a moment. We're post-game. We got 2 player of the games tonight. First, 25 saves, shutout victory for Nick Suma here in the quarterfinals. And joining him with a 2-goal performance, multi-point night, of course, Captain Cleary. We said it on the air. He was sitting on the bench. He saw the towels come out. He had to pitch his way over here. But he certainly earned it with 2 goals. So I'm going to start with you. You got the boys started with an early fast goal in this one. Was that the message in the locker room before the game? Let's get rolling early and let's set the tempo for this contest.
Yeah, we knew that we were going against a good goalie, so shots were the main key. We're doing that. We know we were backed up in net, so as long as we keep the shots in their zone, we knew we were going to be good. That was the whole game plan.
And Nick, coming over to you, man. Defense locked it down. The boys were eating biscuits tonight, blocking shots for you. You made 25 saves, keeping everything out. Just what were you seeing that led to your success?
I was just seeing the puck clearly from the point, not Cleary. It's the co-player of the game right there. Defense was helping clear the guys out, clear rebounds, block shots. I wouldn't get this shutout without them, so I got to give a shout out to my defense and my offense. Obviously, I can't be the one scoring the goals. So great all-around team game, and I'm happy to move on to the semifinals.
Yeah. And, you know, you talk about you moving on to the semifinals. Coming back to you, Aiden, I mean, it's got to feel good. Last year, a little bit disappointing. You fell in the quarterfinal matchup to NYIHSHL. Now you come back this year. You roll over the Hornets in this game. What are you going to use from this matchup to take into Friday down in Long Beach for the semifinals?
We knew we had to go against a good team here, so we just got to keep the shots, keep the momentum going. Hopefully, we're already doing better than last year, which is better, but we're going to keep it going into the next game and just see what we can do.
And Nick, same question for you. What do you think the guys got to bring from tonight over into Friday down in Long Beach?
I think we got to bring everything. Maybe try to stay out the box a little more. I don't really like killing off 5-on-3s, but you know, stay out the box, getting shots on net. That's going to be the key to success, and hopefully we can pull off a big upset.
A big win tonight for the Syosset Braves. Earns 2 player of the games here. Aiden Cleary, the captain of the Braves. Nick Suma, 25 save shutout in this one. They're the second team to punch their ticket to the semifinals in the NYIHSHL varsity division. They're going to be tuning into LISN tomorrow to see who they're playing. You do the same. We got 2 more quarterfinal matchups. Belmore Merrick taking on Plainview, and Long Beach versus Bethpage. Travis Quigley going to be on the call tomorrow. Got to thank my whole crew behind me. Couldn't have a show without them. Rowan Loddick, Sam Musnick, Anthony Papasadero, and Gabe Takuri. We're back here at the TOB tomorrow night, live and only on LISN.